What's up, guys? Right now I'm actually out in the forest of Florida, out at Pensacola, Florida. I don't have my microphone on because it is a little stormy and I don't want to have to deal with hiding that if it starts raining. I'm gonna go out in these woods. They're right next to my hotel. I'm gonna explore, see what we can find. I know there's a lot of little brown skinks out here. There's squirrel tree frogs all over the place, American green tree frogs all over the place, greenhouse frogs all over the place. Let's get out here, see what we find. It has actually been storming all day, and right now I can still hear water droplets falling on the ground behind me. This is one of the small lulls we've had in the day, and it's currently not raining. I wanted to get out and see if I could find stuff while it was still not raining. We've already been out here before, me and my brother and my uncle, and tried to flip this thing and it wouldn't budge. It's like staked into the ground. But there's little brown skinks all over under some garbage over here. So let's go check that out, see if I could show some to you guys, as well as some of these tree frogs that are all over the place. Alright, so this is actually an old homeless camp. I would like to say it's completely uninhabited, but we were here yesterday and some of the stuff has moved since we left. I'm trying to see if anybody's out here. But I know there's another homeless camp across the way, so I wonder if they just came and collected their belongings, but let's see what's under this suitcase. Okay, so these are earthworms. Come on. And they are the weirdest earthworms I have seen. They legit act like a snake. And no, these are not blind snakes. These are actual earthworms. And at first I thought they might be blind snakes, but then I got a closer look and no, they're earthworms. They're weird, their skin is ridiculously tough, and they act like a snake. Alright, you get back down there. Squirm along. Yeah, pretty weird looking animals. Alright. Nothing. Oh, there's these guys. These are, let's see if I can find them. These are greenhouse millipedes. They are all over the place out here. Non-venomous, but everywhere. Apparently they're good for the soil, so we'll let those guys be. Alright, let's see if there's anything under this guy. A nice dry area. I'm not seeing anything. I know there's lots of tree frogs out. I saw a bunch. There's this weird looking snail. But so far nothing under these items. Last night there was all sorts of stuff over here, so see if we get any more lucky. Right in front of me is a greenhouse frog. I don't know why they're called greenhouse. I'm assuming that's the man who discovered them because they're red, but they look just like a water frog, but they're not a water frog. They actually live in these dense foresty areas. And of course, like any frog or toad, they do like swimming in water, but they don't live in the water like a leopard water frog. Yeah, these guys are pretty cool looking little frogs. Frog species I myself personally have never seen before, even though I've been to Florida many times. But pretty interesting little frogs. They're very, very small, about an inch long, at least the couple I've seen out here. I don't know if they get bigger than that, but pretty cool. Alright, here's another little tiny greenhouse frog. Just chilling by this concrete drain on the road. These guys are so small. They're absolutely tiny. This one's not as red. It's more of a brownish, but number 2 of the night. Let's keep going. Alright, so this is an old sink, I'm assuming from the hotel, that got thrown out here. It's a shame they do this. I've actually seen this at a lot of hotels, but let's see if there's anything underneath it. Ugh. Oh, nope, I'm not seeing anything. Just some dry dirt, which is weird. You think some stuff would be hiding here. Alright. Right there, right in the middle of my screen. Greenhouse frog number 3. I'm trying to get some of those tree frogs on camera I was telling you guys about. So let's move on and see if we can find any of those tree frogs. These are all greenhouse millipedes, and look at how many there are. There's a lot. Now these things, like I said, they are not dangerous, but that doesn't mean I want to pick one up. So these cool little bugs though, they're all over. Sometimes when you're out looking for stuff in the woods, these things will literally be covering 90% of the logs you want to flip. Like coverage on the outsides of the log will be 90% of these, so you can't even grab the log to roll it over because these guys are covering so much of it. But alright, let's keep looking for frogs. Okay, so I know for a fact that the hotel I'm staying at is covered in these tree frogs and green American tree frogs. I didn't really want to use the hotel as my form of herping, but it is what it is. I don't have any other time to go herping, so I'm going to take you guys over to the hotel. Sorry, my flashlight's on. And show you guys some of these tree frogs, but just know they're going to be on the wall of the hotel. It's not going to be out in the wild like I was hoping. But let's go show these to you guys. Alright guys, so this is a squirrel tree frog. Let me see if I can get any closer for you. Yep, it is a squirrel tree frog. Now with these guys, you can tell it's a squirrel tree frog because there is no white stripe down its side from the bottom of its, or the back side of its mouth to the crease inside their back leg. Normally is a white stripe if it's a green American tree frog. This is a squirrel tree frog. They look incredibly similar. They just don't have the stripe, and these guys get, or stay smaller. American tree frogs get about twice the length. One other defining feature is these guys are a little bit chunkier. They're a little bit fatter than a green American tree frog, which helps define them. So you can see this guy does have a slight white stripe, but that's just a dividing line. Once I show you the green American tree frog, you'll understand. So let me go find him. It is what it is. He's on the window. The lady's gonna have to deal with it. Well, here is a massive slug for you guys. He's about 2 inches long. Not huge, but it's a slug. Which, by the way, these tree frogs love to eat. Alright, so this is a green American tree frog. As you can see, that stripe down its side is a lot more defined. It's not just a difference between colors, but it's purposeful. Pretty cool looking little dude. And you can see his body is a little bit more slender. He's not as chunky as the other one. And then there's this guy right here. A second one as well. Now let's see what species he is. Let's see. Focus. Let's see. I can't tell, he's covering his side, but yeah, there's two little tree frogs, and by the way, I got permission from the front desk lady to record on this window, so don't be alarmed. But yeah, two little, it looks like green American tree frogs on this front window. Alright guys, I'm actually going to call that quits for tonight. I know tonight was a quick episode, but we found some greenhouse frogs, some squirrel tree frogs, and some green American tree frogs, so I would call that a good night. I'm going to head in, go to bed, get some rest because it is quite frankly late right now and I need to go get some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure.